So today I decided to take a break from trying to solve this neat little puzzle box that I found and do a Master System review. I picked this game randomly. I got Taz-Mania. It's actually surprisingly fun. This was a Europe-only release. I think it was only released... No, it was probably Brazil, too. Brazil got everything. They love the shit there. That's why the languages on the back are so numerous. Little sticker on the back here. If you're wondering what's under the rounds 5 sticker, it says rounds 6. Yeah, I guess they decided, why reprint the box art when we can just put a sticker over it? So yeah, that's the box art. It's pretty cool. Don't have the instructions for this game either, unfortunately. Cartridge looks like every other Master System cartridge. You know, black and white grid pattern, Sega logo, name of the game, and on the back, for use with Sega System only. So don't try to put it in your toaster. Won't work. And before the title screen, we get an intro sequence. It's some bullshit story about Taz's dad telling him about giant eggs, and Taz is like, oh, I want to eat those, because that's what Taz does. He eats everything. And he eats everything in this game. He doesn't eat the enemies. The enemies will just hurt him. But if you touch food, he eats it. Makes sense. If you touch a 1-up, he eats it. Makes slightly less sense. And if you touch a bomb, he eats it. Every time. He doesn't learn. Ever. Never learns. You can jump. You can spin. Spin into enemies to kill them. It works. I mean, yeah. You've got a spin meter. You can only spin for a couple of seconds before it runs down. But I mean, if you need to spin for longer than that, you're doing it wrong. So that's just showing you there the gravity. If you stand on a hill, you will walk down it, forwards or backwards. Makes the gameplay a little bit slippery sometimes. His jumps are not very exact. The controls are generally, well, standard early platformer. It's not spectacular, but it gets the job done. You get used to it. That star that I picked up was an invincibility power-up. In case you couldn't tell, does not protect you from bombs. You can still eat bombs and get hurt. Or die, you know. I almost said die. You do die if you eat too many bombs. Makes sense, really. I mean, it just stands to reason. If you eat too many bombs, you're going to eventually die. That's how life works. So yeah, this is the first level. It's not particularly challenging, even though the first time I played this game I died many times on the first level. Because I'm terrible at video games, alright? I'll admit it, I'm terrible. You get to the end, counts up your score, and... next level. Come on, next level. Come on, there we go. If you notice some little glitches in how the game should be operating, and you see like the save state pop up for no reason and load state, that's because I was saving and loading states so that I could get this review together. I'm not terribly good at editing yet, so that stuff's gonna happen. They put some power-ups on clouds, and I don't know how to get to some of them. In the next stages, it's a jungle and they're up on tree branches. I don't know how to get to them. I assume there's a way to. Or else they're just teasing the little children to fulfill their own sadistic desires. And that kind of sounded wrong. But yeah, you can spin bombs out of the way, and those things will spit at you and hurt you a lot. I'm playing terribly. I apologize for that, but I was on drugs when I recorded this footage. So, the first level, I don't remember if it actually introduced what the first level was supposed to be. I'm pretty sure that the second, well, not the first level, but the first round, as the game refers to them on the back of the packaging. I don't remember what it's supposed to be. I think it's Island. This is Island. And once you get past the first 2 stages, you fight a boss. This is the boss. There's the boss. He's a bull. You jump over the bull, you jump over him again, you get stuck in the wall. You didn't see that coming. And instead of actually, you know, looking for the pattern, exploiting it, and winning like a normal person, I just stood on top of him and spun until he died. Because I'm terrible at video games. And I was on drugs. That's going to be my go-to excuse. I was on drugs. Whatever. The bosses do get more difficult as the rounds progress. I'm only showing the first 3 rounds, so the first 3 bosses, obviously. I don't beat the 3rd boss in this review. I think I'm going to do a Let's Play of this game. It's fun. Like, I really didn't think it was going to be. It's a licensed title. It's a Looney Tunes game. Both of those generally tend to be bad. Especially on Master System, because there were a lot of shitty games for the Master System. And by the way, that's not lava. That's quicksand. That's why I can walk on it. I'll show you in the cave level, which comes up next, what happens when you jump on lava. And apparently what happens when you jump on spikes is absolutely nothing. I don't know what happened there. That was really weird. You can tell there's different music for each stage. This right here, this shows you how weird the controls can be for jumping, and also not jumping if you're terrible at games and on drugs. And I get across. Yes! I made it! Yes! And then I fell into a pit, because I'm stupid. So I have to do it again! But I'm getting used to it now. It's difficult, but it's not impossible. And I'm just going to skip right to the boss of the 2nd round. This guy, I assume he has a name. He has to have been in a cartoon or something. They wouldn't just make some dude up for the video game, would they? But yeah, this is where you start really needing to figure out his attack pattern and movement pattern. Get your hits in when you can. I, of course, am not doing that very well because I'm terrible. But you can see the pattern's really simple, and you should be able to get past this without a problem. I didn't even have to retry this, I just blew through it. The 3rd boss, on the other hand, as you will see, not quite as easy. And I think you get to see me die 3 times trying to spam the hell out of him with my spin move. All in all, I'd say this game is really fun. That's what happens when you jump in lava, by the way. I did that specifically to show you what happens when you jump in real lava. You should thank me. I died for your sins. But yeah, fun game. I do want to do a Let's Play of it. It's fun enough that I will play through the whole game, abusing save states all the while, obviously. I don't know why I cut that there. I'm not going to redo it, because in addition to being terrible at games and on drugs while I play them, I'm also very lazy. This level is kind of a maze. It's kind of evil, actually. You get all the way to the end. Up until this point, you just go through the stage, you get to the end, and you beat the level. This one, you get to the end, and it's like, oh, you can't get to the end of the stage. You can see it up there, but you can't get to it. And there's like 3 or 4 different routes through the level, one of which will lead you to the top where you get to the end of the level. I don't remember if I show all of that. I don't actually pay a whole lot of attention when I'm making these videos. Lazy. The enemy design is pretty cool in this game. I like the enemies. They look kind of, goofy, cartoony, like you would expect in a Looney Tunes game. The variety of enemies it's okay. I'm not going to complain too much about it. There's like 2 or 3 different types of enemies per stage, whatever. The funny-looking skeleton guys I particularly like. I don't know why. They just look so funny. And it's probably because I was on drugs that I enjoyed them so much. Kill that bat. Fuck you, bat. But I'm going back through the level so that I can find my way out. I don't believe I'm going to show myself getting all the way down the level. I got bored while I was editing. Yeah, there's just random pitfalls, make you go back, whatever, game gets evil. And then I fell in the lava and died. That's what happened. Boss time! This guy, he throws these boomerangs, and they move kind of weird. I think that they have a regular pattern. But when you jump up on the platform and then you run off the other side, and then you got to go back and hit him when he's jumping away, and you have a very narrow window of opportunity to actually jump off the edge of the platform before the second boomerang comes up and hits you. This try right here, I do attempt to do that several times and fail every time. I get hit by that thing every time and I die. Sometimes I just don't even dodge them. That's how I roll. I'll just take the hit. I don't even care. Yeah, I really think I should have made that, but that's me talking. All in all, good game. I recommend getting it. If you're collecting Master System games, pick it up. If you're in Europe, you're going to find it everywhere. It's very common. If not, you're going to have to import it. It might cost you a little bit just for shipping, but all in all, it's worth it. I'd say pick this one up. Thanks for watching.